Hey there folks, Wrel here. In the background you'll see some gameplay from PlanetSide 2 and a bit of Star Wars Battlefront as I share some thoughts on better gaming. Today we're going to be talking about what I want to call presence, but there are plenty of ways to think about it. Presence to me is the ability to create a change just by being there, so just by existing in that moment. So maybe it's that you're the kind of person that people crack a smile for as soon as you walk into the room, or maybe it's just being the kind of person that people know they can talk to when they're having a rough day. Or it could even be what people come to expect from you at your job. So if you trudge into work, you don't talk to people, you're unreliable, you're just doing what you do, and it really wouldn't matter if you came into work or not, you probably have no presence, at least not there. You could maybe think of this like reputation, but reputation would be talking more along the lines of social status and the opinions of others, not the change that's being created. An easier way to think of this is probably that when a game designer places, say, a wall somewhere, the purpose behind that wall may be to direct players to a certain part of the map, and the wall's presence, its existence, does that. But if that wall is in the middle of nowhere, what does its presence accomplish? Very little, right? I mean, it could be an Easter egg, but, you know, probably better to just remove it in a lot of cases. So what kind of change does your presence create? What kind of change does your presence inspire? In PlanetSide 2, when I'm fighting in a base, the reason that I'm there is usually to push the objective, or maybe to keep others from pushing it. I want to have an impact on the battle. That's kind of what I enjoy. So my presence there, whenever you see me on the battlefield, will probably mean that you've got somebody with you who wants to make some plays. In real life, say doing videos on this channel, my purpose is to help cultivate better gaming communities and create interesting, helpful, and entertaining videos on the games that I enjoy. But my presence here means that you have a place to find information on the game, or a place to send your friends when they need advice, or maybe just something to sit back and enjoy while you're on your lunch break. Steve Jobs had a famous quote, you've all probably heard it by now, but he said, "We're here to put a dent in the universe, otherwise why else even be here?" So many people float through life just lost, or content, or maybe just complacent. They don't care or consider their impact. And I have friends like this, no real drive, no real motivation to do something worthwhile, and that's okay. That's completely fine if that's a stage in their life, but you can't also then wonder why your life isn't where you want it to be. If you want to be successful at your job, you need to have the right kind of presence. If you want to make a successful game, it has to also have the right kind of presence. Presence starts with purpose. When you figure out your purpose, as in what you want to do with your life, then you act on it. It's acting on purpose that defines presence. If your purpose is to, say, help save marine wildlife, then you can join Greenpeace, or you can make consistent donations to the various efforts associated with that, and your presence within those communities will help create the change that aligns with your purpose. So that being said, the question that I have for you is, what kind of change does your presence create? And do you think that it's enough? You may aim to do one thing, but people will all interpret that thing a little bit differently, because it'll relate to their own nature, how they view the world. To go back to the example with a game developer placing a wall, she puts the wall down to help redirect the flow of players, but some people will look at that wall and say, why is this stupid wall here? It's just in the way. This episode is a little bit more abstract than usual, but I don't think it's deep. It's a very honest question that I have found difficult to answer myself on more than one occasion. Why am I here? What am I doing to make the lives of those around me better? And am I even accomplishing what I set out to do? It's just something to think about. If this video has been interesting, helpful, or entertaining, please feel free to like, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel, and I don't expect or even really want you to give a legitimate answer to these sorts of questions because they're all kind of personal. It's good to take stock of your life from time to time so that you can readjust your course when it's necessary. Thanks very much, folks. Wrel signing off.